two incredibly tricky opponents today. And I know I did say that basically we were going for third in our group. However, there is the smallest of chance we may be able to knock Madrid down into the Europa League. You might have noticed it's a cheeky new thumbnail coming out because I'm trying to make all my thumbnails look of similar design. Probably won't do anything, but I had fun designing them. We have Real Madrid today. They are in our group, as we know, one entire point ahead of us. We haven't played them. I lied. We've played them once so far. We lost 2-0. But if we can pick up a 2 or 3-0 win, and then just avoid defeat in the final game, we can guarantee ourselves into the next rounds of the Champions League. Otherwise, even if we just pick up a win, we might need to then try and get a point against Bayern Munich, if my maths has served me correctly. But either way, we did pretty well. We've played Atalanta twice. We've won 2-1 twice, both from late goals. The one in the game that we saw on camera last time, in the 2-1 win away from home. And then at home, it took us till the 94th minute for Luis Flavio to get us the winner once more, which puts us 5 points ahead of Atalanta. So that basically means that they need to beat Bayern and Real Madrid, and we need to avoid picking up any points for them to knock us out of Europe entirely. So I'm relatively confident in saying that we should be able to get something, but I think it's more through Atalanta not getting the points they require, rather than us picking up the points that we need. If you've noticed, Bayern Munich at home beat Madrid 4-0. Madrid at home beat Bayern Munich 3-0. So they're quite evenly matched between the pair of them. And Atalanta may end up doing us a massive favour with the draw that they ended up picking up against Real Madrid earlier in the tournament. League-wise, on the other hand, things have been pretty bleak. Since the last game you were with us, we played the Leeds game in between, which I've shown you, and then we lost to Chelsea, as we're aware. Followed that up with a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, one of the stronger teams in the league, to be fair. A 2-2 draw against Wolves, which I wasn't best pleased about, and most recently a 3-0 loss against Everton, which I was incredibly unpleased about. So we have a way to try and rectify that with a game against Man U, who are the best team in the league, which is unlikely, but if we are going to surprise anyone and pick up points, they are the ones who shall be the most surprised. Seeing as though it's so important for us to pick up the points in this game, we go in with the more reserved of our formations, so we say. It's incredibly reserved. Danielson in goal. Favasuli, Vieira and Machalenko as our back three. Arnold and Estrada as wing-backs, with Lewis as the holding mid, deep line playmaker. We then have Oliver and Hunter ahead of him. And then Lafarge and Nechiri as the two main boys up top. We've got a few people that are tired. Quite a few, to be fair. But they're just going to have to deal with it, to be quite honest. The ball is with the Real Madrid defence. Skriniar to Aarons. It's a combination I never thought I'd hear together, to be quite honest. It's gone back to Skriniar. They've been kept quiet so far. Probably going to curse myself for saying that. But up to this point, we've had 2 shots in the whole game, both of which were ours, both of which off target, with a combined XG of 0.08. So it's not been the busiest of games so far, but Nechiri is through, and he's pulled a brilliant save out of Burak? Not sure. Either way, we've got a corner. It's going to be put in by Lewis. He's going to whip it towards the near post. Favasuli's header goes just over. Danielson moves it forward to Vieira and back into Machalenko. There's always a few options here, which is a good thing, but obviously with there being nothing between centre mids to strikers, they can get quite isolated. Lafarge, he's got himself into the area, but kicked it just wide. Lewis with a corner towards the near post again. Lafarge, it's been put in by Nechiri at the back post. The ref's running away. We're a goal to the good. And, even more exciting, Bayern Munich are winning 4-1. So regardless of what happens in our last 2 games, we are definitely carrying on into Europe. It just depends which Europe we carry on to. I have gone a little bit stinky. The quiver in my voice there was the fact that we had a highlight against us, as I was about to tell you. I've gone stink, full on time wasting, slowing everything down, the whole shebang. We've got 9 minutes of this game to hold on to the win. If we could squeeze a second, that'd be beautiful, which we haven't. But it would have been beautiful nonetheless. Barak has the ball. He is eventually kicking it. For some reason, it looked like he was time wasting. I'm not sure why my fullbacks are quite so aggressive. It's a good ball in towards Vinicius. Oh no, Danielson. Juno. To compound my misery, the dog barks and scared me. It's disallowed. Misery is no longer compounded. It's uncompounded. Why was this disallowed? My goalkeeper flapped it. Oh, he's a mile off. That'll do it. That will explain why. It wasn't actually put to him, but he put the ball in there. I'll take it. Oh, for God's sake. Can we just not? Like, I'm wasting time here. This is the most I've had out of the game so far. Maybe I shouldn't have started wasting time. Maybe that's why. Vinicius, it's right. He just passed it to Favasulu, which is good of him. Back to Danielson, who's twatted it forward. Nchiri misses the header, but it goes... Kemal keeps it in play. Our former left-back, in case you had forgotten, or didn't care. But he's going to get, I say, knocked out. That's brave of us to make that claim. Because realistically, there's probably going to be a 3-goal swing in the next round of fixtures regardless. But if we do hold on to this lead, I will return for the Bayern Munich game. So Kluivert and Kemal, what are you saying? Blanco? I mean, that's just silly, isn't it? Right, let's stop going stinky. I don't think there's anything the ref can do here to help us out. I'm going to put us to be expressive again. I've also started forcing the defence inside, which is ridiculous. I hate it. But for some reason, if I have it as a normal width, we just have no one outside. And it really annoys me because it's far too easy for them to put crosses in. So I've done that and I've got a guy sat in front. It is the same thing we play when we don't have the guy sat in front as well. So there's also issues with them going straight through the middle. I'm going to level. I am starting to get a little bit fed up with the 5 at the back. Because if you have wing backs, for some reason, they just straight up don't defend. I have put them to support as well in one of them. But that finish from Blanco, it's just silly. Just why? Why would you do that to me? Well, that's a shame. We now have a... look, we actually just played better than them. We just did. That's fine. If we can perform that well against Real Madrid on the second fixture, not the first one, that wasn't so good, then we should go relatively far into the Europa League, unless we get drawn against like Juventus in the first round, because why wouldn't they? From the mild disappointment of the Real Madrid game, we return for our ventures over to Old Trafford. I am going to load in the same tactic, mostly because we're playing away from home against, as I said, strongest team in the league. We will leave... we'll put Gerrard in. We're going with Danielson in goal. Favasuli, Vieira, Machalenko as our back 3. Gerrard, Estrada and Lewis as the next 3. Oliver and Trujillo this time as our centre mids. And Lafarge supporting Nchiri. We do have a few boys on the bench as well to bring on for a little bit of firepower if needs be. There's a few of our old boys playing for Man U as well, or at least one. Machalenko with a free kick into Trujillo, nice and short. One thing, I says there's a few of our old players. It is singular. There's one, and he's on the bench. However, they did give us 52 million for him, so they can put him wherever the hell they want. Nchiri wasn't able to get onto that headed ball through, and they called it a through ball. Thomas working the ball forward for Man U, out towards Mbappe on the wing. Favasuli was asleep for some reason, but he eventually woke up with enough time. And Danielson batters it up to the right wing. No one there. I'm inclined to drop down to 4 at the back version of this so I can play wingers. And I hate that, but I've used wingers quite a bit in a little bit towards the end of the work up towards the next Doleboy episode. And in my kind of offline save. And it's been quite good. So I think I'm going to start trying to rope it into here somehow. We just don't have a lot of wingers, which is an issue. Saying that though, we are definitely having the better of this game. Less possession, but we've had 6 and 4 shots to their 2. So they've not been the best shots either, to be fair. But it does lean towards us being on top in this game. Danielson puts it out towards the right wing. Jesus, Gerrard just kept that in. Over to Favasuli. I've just realised, both of our right backs are Liverpool legends. One in Trent, who isn't in real life yet, I wouldn't say. I don't know. I'm not a Liverpool fan. The other Gerrard, it's not the same Gerrard, admittedly, but Man U fans will take it the same. I would, if Blues had any legends. Mikel Forsell, he was a bit of a legend, to be fair. Brilliant ball in from Gerrard, nonetheless. Triello pokes it in, and if we're honest, their goalkeeper could have done a little bit more. I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm not going to try and go stinky on this formation, because, to be honest, the formation itself is quite stinky. So we'll just rock on as we are. At the very most, I might take us from positive to balanced. But Costa's trying to work the ball forward from Man U now. I don't know if that was our sticking point, or where we became unstuck against Real Madrid. But it happened, so we're all just going to have to deal with it. Estrada, Lewis, Oliver, working the ball forward for us now. I don't know what that noise was. It was supposed to say working. Gerrard ploughing down on that right side once more. Puts it into Oliver. Lafarge has found himself some space and then just, for some reason, kicked it about 10 yards wide. Lewis, Estrada and Lafarge are out. Flavio's in on left striker, shuffling over the two striker positions, so Nachira's out on the right. Alexander-Arnold came in at left wing back, and we've pushed Trujillo back to holding mid, and we brought Hugendorm on for Lewis. Trujillo's had another pop from range, and we've got a corner from it. He's going to womble. He's got a womble out there to bring the corner in. He's not. He's gone short for some reason. He's still got the ball. Don't worry about it. In towards Favasuli at the back, and there's no one to challenge the header. Into the last 5 minutes now. We have, that was weird, it did kind of flick to highlight on and off. As I say, we have looked quite good. Good. Right, I was going to say, is this surely not another last minute goal to concede? Costa has a ball, forward to win. That's a fella that I wanted to sign, but I didn't sign him. I ended up signing bloody Van der Blaak, and he's a bit crap. He cost me a lot of money. He's not very good. So I'm a little bit annoyed I didn't sign Stuart Wynn. And now he's playing for Man U, so maybe I should have done. But Flavio's through to make it 2, seal the game. It's just a brilliant save. Dog's having a drink. Of course she is. Arnold throws it short to Trujillo and then loses possession. Velchev, there's 90. It's got it back. There's 90 seconds of this game left. Can we stop? Can we just finish it? Dog's finished the drink, by the way. She had a wonderful time. Vieira, Favasuli, Vieira. Keep possession, guys. Don't be stupid. Don't just... He's through. Hugendorm. Another person kicking the ball directly at the goalkeeper. I do actually put on that training, and I can't remember what it's called. Basically, it's the finishing one. Converting chances. Chance conversion. And we just don't. They don't understand how to convert a chance. And it's really quite annoying. They must do like 52 hours a year on it. Probably more. And they are just very, very frustrating. Velchev's through. Surely not. Our goalie's made a save. I'm saying that like he hadn't made saves. It's the first save we've seen him attempt. There's a corner for them. Flores out on their right side, and it's nodded away. Come on, we've got 19 seconds of the game left. Velchev out on the right side. Flores once more. It's looped in. Danielson deals with it. That made me incredibly nervous. Just boot it. Ref, blow the whistle. I'll take the 3 points home. What a win. I will take that all day long. I says to you, I was annoyed about the loss to Everton. They're top of the league. Who's letting this happen? It's Everton. Surprised they're still in the league. We're going to take a big old jump forward now for the next episode. I'm not going to come back for the Bayern game because realistically the odds that we beat Bayern and Atalanta beat Real Madrid are going to be minimal. So we'll just take the assumption we're going to be in the Europa League. I'll return maybe for the Arsenal game, maybe for the second leg of that, providing it's not too far into the season. But I at least want to get through the January transfer window before we come back. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, I haven't actually mentioned it yet. If you can like, subscribe, show support on the channel, that'd be beautiful. There will be some items just covering my hands now. So you can carry on watching my wonderful stuff. And thank you very much for your time.